Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Have you ever just felt like trash sometimes? So it's kind of a joke. We always call each other trash pallets, Matt, Baker Drinks and stuff like that. So we tease each other, Myron from Bourbon Drop, just awesome people. I absolutely love hanging out and talking with them. There's so many others in the community as well. I can't thank you. Members of the channel, Patreons, you guys keep this fun. And I truly, truly appreciate that. This will be coming out Saturday. Thursday night I was going to be a part of an old soul pick, which would be for Fort Moore. Like I said, I'm the low person on the totem pole there, but I was invited. Was looking forward to it, but some real life things came up. My I'll just leave it as my mother-in-law's health is not very well right now, but fortunately enough, they are still doing something this weekend. This is kind of like the annual weekend where we have our church barbecue that I help out at, and it's my mother-in-law's birthday. And so her and her four daughters, my wife included, get together, go do something, and have a good time. But yesterday I had some family things I had to take care of yesterday, and kind of took me out of being a part of that selection. Chris, what an awesome guy. He was the one that was hosting it. I let him know what's going on. He's like, "Look, take care of your family," and I truly believe that. And I tell people all the time, it's supposed to be faith, family, work, and then the fun. And I consider this fun. This is my fun portion of things. So if I'm taking care of the first three, then I can have all the fun that I want. But that's kind of the priorities that I have, and most of the people in my life have that same set of priorities. So ready to have a little bit of fun today. Got something new in here that's JYPSI whiskey. Now, this is a celebrity whiskey. This is Eric Church's whiskey. So I'm very interested to see what this is all about. It's a 6-year whiskey. It's 103 proof. It says straight bourbon whiskey finished with French and Appalachian oak staves. And so they've got a little bit on the back here that this is distilled in Kentucky and Indiana. So my assumption is there's some MGP in there. Finished, blended, and bottled in Nashville, Tennessee. And Nashville has some neat things going on there. Trying to see where I saw it earlier. It's a 66% corn, 30% rye, so a high rye, which I like. I like some rye in my stuff, and a 4% malted barley. So definitely looking forward to that. Don't know what to think about this. Is it just going to be the standard? I put my name on something. I wasn't a big fan of Traveler at all. I literally, there's very few bottles that I've ever just given away because I don't want to see them anymore. Traveler was one of them. I just wasn't a big fan. It doesn't mean that you don't have to be a big fan of it. It wasn't for me. So I gave it to my brother-in-law, who happens to be a big Buffalo Trace guy and fan. And I don't think he was really the biggest fan of it either. I'll have to, ask him if he's gone back to it a couple times and what he thinks. But I wanted to give this one a shot. It just came to our area. I said, let's give it a shot. Eric Church did the one with Jack Daniels, which I thought was a very good pour. Maybe he's invested more into this, so let's see what we got. So looking at this, you get, I would say it's kind of a deep yellowish color, if you can see that, kind of a deep yellowish color on there. Probably put it on the sides. I like to see how the oils kind of work on the sides on a lot of things sometimes, see what they're all about. Now, Friday night, this will be, like I said, this will be coming out Saturday, but I still try to plan to be on Whiskey Wisdom Friday night, and I'll try to be on Baker's on Saturday. I'm sure I'll be exhausted both times, but I may be doing it live from a barbecue, which of course you'll see this the day later. But I want to put a little bit in something with it, see what we got here. 103 proof. So I'm getting the vanilla. I'm getting some oak on there. I'm getting a little bit of tannins on there. Kind of like also getting a little bit of like sneaker leather thing going on there too. Kind of a nice light caramel thing going on. A little bit like a crisp, sweet green apple type of thing going on. So I'm kind of liking that. Getting long legs shaping pretty quickly, so it's got some oils, but it may not be super viscous. So we'll find that out when we get to the mouth on that. See what the palate has to say. There's something on the back of this that I kind of really like, and that's probably some of that rye that's kind of shining through there. So getting kind of like a little bit of a sweet kind of rye note going on there as well, which I'm kind of liking. So you got that caramel and that rye kind of blending together really nicely on that. Let's see what we got on the palate. Initial first sip, you get some of the rye, you get some of the pepperiness from the rye, you're getting some of the sweet, you're getting that caramel right away. You do get some of the drying from the oak on there. And what kind of intrigued me about this most than anything is I'm in a group called Bourbon and Banner. Now, I'm not super high up in the group or anything like that. I'm just someone that knows a few other people from there. And I saw that they gave a nice review on this, and I thought that's pretty interesting because these guys are usually pretty good on stuff. So let me delve into this to see if this celebrity whiskey was worth it. I'm getting a little more of the earthiness, not really a grassiness, but a little bit more of the earthiness from the rye, but it's very sweet still on the nose. Okay. Now, still get some of that pepperiness as you're coming through the back of the palate in the finish. But I will tell you that that second sip was a lot smoother than the first. Now, it may have to be this was my first drink of the day, but 103 proof usually doesn't hit me too hard. But I do get some nice things going on here. I do get the sweet. I do get the peppery. I am getting some of the rice spice on there. I am getting some vanilla on there. I'm almost getting like this aftertaste of almost like a piece of candy on the back, and some dryness on there. And I don't know if that's maybe the finish that it's been finished on there because you got the Appalachian oak staves in there and the French oak in there, but it's a little bit different drying than traditional oak. So the more I drink on this, the more I'm digging this some now. I can't remember what I paid for this. I think it was around $60. If that's the case, I'm not upset with that price. Um, am I going to rush right back out and buy it again? I would say probably not at this moment. I think that having the one bottle here, like I said, I've got so many bottles too that it's hard for me to say that's a bottle I need to go have a second of because I have so many things I test. But if I had a smaller bar section, I'd say I'd be glad to have this on the bar. It's 103 proof. You do get some of the rye, you do get some of the bourbon notes on it. It's got about a medium finish on it. It gets better as you drink on it, and not to say that first sip was bad at all. It was just a little bit sharp, but it's softening up now as I have a few sips of it. And I know that these are totally different mash bills, but just the drinkability and the way that I get some of the notes on this reminds me a little bit of 107, Antique 107. Now, I would say this is a little bit sweeter. The Antique 107 is a little more cherry notes, but I'm getting some of the fruits now on this. but it just has a nice approachable flavor to it. And I think that it's kind of like you took Antique 107 and you added some rye to it. So I'm kind of digging this. You got it, like I said, it's a 30% rye on there. So that rye spice is there, but you get that nice drinkability up front, and then you get a little bit of a pop at the back. Nice kind of a candied finish on the back of that, a little bit of drying from the oak. Definitely enjoying the pour. Like I said, I'm not going to rush out and buy another one, but of a lot of the different celebrity stuff that I've tried, this is probably one of the better celebrity whiskeys you're going to get out there. I need to explore into it a little bit more. I'm like I said, I'm sure that they're blended with MGP. I'm not sure what the Kentucky whiskey is in here. And I tend to be a fan of MGP stuff. I tend to be a fan of MGP ryes and older MGP bourbons. All in all, a whole lot better than Traveler. Um, there's a whole lot better than a lot of the other celebrity whiskeys. So I would say, look, if you want something that's about 100 proof, that brings some rye into the picture, that gives you, not the overall rye experience because you get a lot, the bourbon notes are dominant in there. You get the sweet, just got a little bit of a sweet corn in there as well. But you get a little bit of rye on the back, and it changes a little bit, so you got some complexity. I'd say this was a good bottle to have on your bar. Like I said, for me, this would be a nice sipper, for a friend that's coming over as they're getting into it and they're getting past the 80 and 90 proofs. You say, hey, let's try a little bit something that's got some high rye, so you get a little bit of that rye to kind of see if this is something that you like. Man, looking forward to tonight. As this video comes out, I'll probably be taking a nap tomorrow. Well, actually, no, because when this video comes out tomorrow, I'll be slinging barbecue. Working the pit third shift on Friday, but then get home, get a nap, and get up Saturday from 10:30 to 3. If you happen to be in Phoenix City, check out First Baptist. We're going to be having the barbecue out there. It's always a great time, always great food, but always most importantly, it's just the camaraderie that we have as a group and as people at church. It's absolutely fantastic. Man, if you happen to be working today, I hope your workday goes by fast. I hope you're successful in everything you do and you bring great energy. When you get off today, I hope time slows down for you. I hope that you have an amazing time. I hope you have time to re-energize yourself, take good care of yourself. Take good care of the people that are around you. But most importantly, you got to take care of yourself first. That way you have that energy to do other things for other people. I hope you read a good book. I hope you watch a good show. I'm a big NFL draft junkie, so I'm keeping up with that as well. I'm happy with the pick my Dolphins got yesterday. Of course, we don't know what it's going to pan out to be in the future, but I'm excited for a young man that looks excited to be a part of the team. I hope you guys have, if you're an NFL fan or you're a college fan, I hope you see some of your players that you followed over the years go to teams that you enjoy watching. But as it slows down for you, most importantly, energize yourself so you're ready for the next step and whatever that day brings you. But most importantly, all, cheers and God bless. Y'all have an amazing day. Just have these crazy times when the cicadas all come out like that. Oh, yeah. You record. I am. Oh, you're fine. You can talk. I'm just showing. You suck at throwing. Love you too, bud.